analysis. Um, but people are saying, well, next week is bring your own menorah, Shabbat. And they're saying, go to services 2 weeks in a row? Let the rabbi do that. So I'm telling you this because the shtiklach that I prepared to some extent is oriented toward the kids we don't have. Now we have four young people under the age of 18, so we're not absent of kids. But the other thing is, when we finish the service and we go to the oneg, you will see 3 dozen bagels cut in half, 72 eggs turned into egg salad, and a variety of other things. Now, Baruch Hashem, we have this cleanup thing on Sunday morning, and I hadn't heard about any prior arrangements for lunch, so you don't really have to eat all 72 eggs, but feel free to have a light dinner, which is what it's intended for. But meanwhile, now having said all that, this is like preaching to the choir, right? The minister stands up and says, "Where are all the other people?" to the people who are there. So it's really not fair. But because we're absent of kids, I have a joke, which we'll begin with. Which is not, I mean, it's not off color or anything, but it's not a joke that kids would get. So I've been saving it for another week, and it is in the pantheon of my 3 or 4 favorite Jewish jokes. And I don't think I've told it from the beam. I'm pretty sure I haven't. And if I have, just pretend and laugh anyway. So Dad is dying. Dad is at home dying, and he's lived a good life, but he's at home, and the air smells like medicine, and he's fading, and his only child is there, and he says to Dad, is there anything I can do to help you, Dad? Is there anything I can do? And Dad looks up from the bed and he says, Sheldon, I smell your mom's babka. I smell her babka. Could you please bring me a piece so I can have her babka before I die? Sure, Dad. 5 minutes go by, 7 minutes go by, and Sheldon comes back with a crestfallen look on his face, and he says, sorry, Dad, Mom says it's for the Shiva. Now that's a Jewish joke. That's a Jewish joke. So, I didn't unpack my guitar, and where's Dean? Where'd Dean go? Well, why aren't you up here? Unpack your guitar. Does anybody here, in preparation for Hanukkah, does anybody here know the words to I spent Hanukkah in Santa Monica? No. I looked it up on Spotify today. I'm not going to chat for too long, I'm sorry. But I looked it up on Spotify, and not only did I find the original with Tom Lehrer, which is really the best, I found it covered by 5 other individuals, which says something about the song. Do you know, who doesn't know that song? I'm not going to sing it to you because I don't know the words, but it starts off, I spent Hanukkah in Santa Monica. And anybody know who Tom Lehrer was? I think I don't know if he's still alive. Tom Lehrer was a mathematician who made he had a side hustle writing contemporary sort of singer-songwriter folk songs that were mostly satirical. But I think next week I'll have a recording of it. What about Adam Sandler's The Hanukkah Song? Anybody know that one? By heart? Can you come up here and sing it with me? No. Well, they're all the same song, but the first time he did it, I want to say it was the 90s on Saturday Night Live. It might have been earlier. And so the problem, of course, is that the Jews he cites in the original one are no longer resonate with people. Like, if you're 18, you don't remember Dinah Shore, or even Fonzarelli, right, or that sort of thing. So he peppered it in with new Jewish names that I don't recognize, but people would. So let me take a second to unpack my guitar, and we'll begin our service. No, no, but what about the tutorial?
Oh, I found this tutorial on YouTube.
How to play it? No, no, all right. So in the shock of there not having been kids here to assign roles to, we got some people doing tefillah, but I need some candle lighters and all that other stuff. And we're going to read Torah tonight. Well, actually, candle lighters are all the kids, so you can all come up at the appropriate time. Yeah, so that's not a problem. Anyway, no.
I don't know the song.
What?
I don't know the song.
We're doing Shabbat Shalom. E minor, A minor, B7.
Follow you.
Now let's assume we're kind of in tune, all right? You mean E minor? Yeah, good enough for government work. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. 2, 3, 4. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Now you guys have to fill in the blanks. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. I think I need Elijah and Wyatt up here for the next song. What? Where'd he go? Oh, he wasn't feeling well. Oh, it's too bad. Well, then, Wyatt, you're doing a solo. Come on up here. Again, I was hoping for more of the under 18 crowd, but no, come up here, stand over here. In fact, I want you to take the mic. There is a song that every Jewish person and every person who converts to Judaism, and I'll talk about that magic in a second, has encoded in their DNA. And as soon as you convert to Judaism, you too have this song encoded in your DNA. And it's a very sad song. So we'll start off real slow. You ready to sing it? You know this song. So put the mic to your mouth.
Which one is?
You'll know in a second. Put the mic to your mouth.
I'm out of clay, and I'm ready. Dreidel, fast away. Oh, dreidel, we're out of clay, and the science ready.
Okay, now it's not a sad song.
Dreidel, we're out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, dreidel, fast away. Dreidel, dreidel, we're out of clay, and the science ready. Dreidel, I can play.
Favorite kinds of songs. It has 2 chords. It has a
I don't hear it.
with legs that start and when it gets all tired, it drops and then I win. Oh,
When dreidel, dreidel,
I made
we're out of clay.
Oh,
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel,
dreidel,
I shall play.
I forget to plug myself in, so let's see if we can get some sound.
Asher's getting to it.
Oh, I see that.
Where does it plug in?
Pardon me?
Where does
I plugged it right there. Should be visible. Hold on a second.
it is not visible.
Now it should be visible.
All right.
Okay. Let's do Hine Ma Tov. You know Hine Ma Tov enough to put the mic to your mouth? Put the mic to my mouth. Hine Ma Tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Okay, well, we're going to have you up here a lot, so you can go sit down now. Sorry about Elijah. 128. My older daughter's favorite song at the Shabbat table growing up. Yedid Nefesh. E minor, A minor, D, B7. Can you all hear me? You know, they keep promising me a lavalier, and I guess I got to be more assertive. So I've already been here for like 6 months. Yedid nefesh av harachaman, Yedid nefesh av harachaman, Mishocha avdecha, Eretz onecha, Mishocha avdecha, Yalalai lai lai Eretz onecha, Yarutz avdecha, כמו היה ישתחווה לי 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 יאללה לי 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 אל מול הדרך ירוץ עבדך כמו היה ישתחווה לי 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 יאללה לי 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 אל מול הדרך. So we'll need you again for Oseh Shalom. All right? Anybody? I heard there was an agent who's going to come tonight in disguise. Wanted to see if Dean and I wanted to sign me and Dean up for a lounge act in Las Vegas. Are you here? Okay. What? He left. He left. He said, "I'll see you after services, dear." Okay. I need all the under 18 crowd up here to light candles, please. You know who you are. Somebody take the mic.
Do we need to light that?
But you're holding the mic, so you don't get to light the candles. And he already had a job. What's up?
Can I light one?
Good. Now would be a good time. All three of you, right?
Baruch atah Adonai wrong.
Just do the best you can. Say it if you can't sing. Baruch
Ta Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav le'anu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Give me the mic. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Can you put that back there? See? Although I think I'm going to need Omri rather quickly. let's do a little Lecha Dodi, page 139. I want to go back to my roots in Willingboro, New Jersey, to Temple Beth Torah. This is a melody that I rarely hear, and for the most part, I'm glad. But let's go back. Let's go back 50 years in Lecha Dodi history. We're on page 138. 138. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamayuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Is this a new melody for you? You not heard this? All right. Lecha dodi likrat. I'm sorry. Let me get on melody. We'll do a different melody. Now I got to turn the. Where's Jory when I really need him? Give me a melody. Somebody hum out a melody. Da 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 lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. There we go. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Flat, sorry. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor haberacha, Merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof ma'aseh b'machashava techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Last verse, please rise. Verse 9, face the door. Perhaps she will join us this very evening. Boi v'shalom b'teret bala, Gam b'simcha u'v'tzala, Toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shalom Aleichem. Let's do that. Please be seated. Please be seated. As is always the case when she doesn't arrive at the end of Lecha Dodi, please feel free to be seated. Don't wait to be told, because your knees are going to get a lot of exercise. Shalom Aleichem 142. From the Shabbat Queen to God's ministering angels. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShoret, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Say Schem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we continue with Chatzi Kaddish, page 144. Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkada v'yitkadash shemei Rabba v'yama divarach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedecha beit Yisrael Bagala Bagala Uvizman Kari V'Yimeru Yehei Shemei Rabba Mevorach Leolam Ul'ol Me'omaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekudesha Barichu Le'elam Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Shbechata v'nechemata damiran b'yalama v'yimeru. Amen. Omri, can you join me up here, please? Please rise for the Baruch Hu, page 146. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Okay, stop. This is a teachable moment. I thought you knew this. So the leader, which at this moment is me, says to you, bless God, the one who is to be blessed. And in response, you go, Baruch Adonai, and Barach Leolam Va'ed. That's your job. It's not my job. Okay? So now you know. We'll start again. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. And then because he did such a good job, the leader then goes, Baruch Adonai Vorach Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. Page 148.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv arvim, b'chochma potach sharim, uvitbuna meshanitim, umachlif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmarotechem barakirtono, b'rei yom v'layla, golal or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or, umevi yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uven layla, Adonai tzavaot shmo, El chai v'kayam tamidim l'chaleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Achavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Avta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shochbeinu u'v'kumenu Nasiach b'chukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי כן היינו ואורך ימינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. וחברתך התשאיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Please rise. Please rise. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Please be seated, except for you.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Your work here is done. Thank you. Top of 149. No, I didn't turn the page. Top of page 155. Together. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. I am Adonai, your God. Let's continue on page 162. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. Did I do that one already? We'll do it again. It's a really good verse. אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our lives, God's will to prevail in our spirits. Prayer may not bring water to a parched field, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. I think this is a time for Jacob to come forward. We are on page 164. Please rise. You begin with Adonai. You need to be here by the mic. Jacob, you need to be here by the mic.
Adonai Sephatai, Sephatai Tivta, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sephatai, Sephatai Tivta, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahov, Elohei Leah, Ha-El Hagibor v'Anara, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livne, Nehem Laman Shemo Be'ahava, Malacho Zeru Mashiach Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mahayeh HaKol, Atah Rav L'Oshia, Moshiach Harua Umerid Hagashem, Mahaikal Hayim Behesed, Mahayeh HaKol Barahamim Rabbi, Somen Noflim Brahe Holim, Umatir Asirim, Umahayeh Amunato, Lisene Afar, Miha Mocha Ba Gevura, Umido Mela, Malach Mimim, Umahayeh, Umatzmi Kishua, V'nei Monata, L'Hahayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mahayeh HaKol. Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Krashim Hoyim, V'Yahalelu HaSalah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Days pass and the years vanish. We walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illuminates the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see whenever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed. And we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe this is this place, and we did not know it.
So I'm going to come down and ask you if you have anything that you're particularly grateful for, but I need to do a little bit more. We're going to read Torah tonight. It's a great parsha, and the idea was we were going to do a little hakafa with the kids and the instruments, and all the kids were going to come up and get an aliyah, which everybody who here is in that category will have an aliyah. But I don't have a lot of people I don't have a lot of under 18ers to play the instrument, so I'm coming out and handing them out. But meanwhile, gratitude. Anybody do anything, have anything, see anything, hear anything for which you're grateful? Say again? No, I can do that. Thank you. I'll make my way over there in a second. Have an instrument? I got another basket, but not everybody has to take one. Just enough to make some noise. I'll swing down. Have an instrument? Well, though it's a sticky problem, I'm grateful that 78, I think that's the number, 78 prisoners were released this week from Gaza. Okay, hold on for just a second. I'm holding that, but pass the mic down to Wendy.
Passing.
I'm grateful that I am awesome students. I gave a couple midterms the week before Thanksgiving. For one class, the class average was a B, and that's second semester general chemistry. It's not an easy class, and they did really well. My other class, the class average was a high C, so my students are doing really well. Really proud of them.
Anything else on this side of the room? Well, I'm very grateful for Reb Ron here. Now, by the way, you guys don't know this because you're not part of the search committee, but the search committee received a resume this week from somebody by the name of Ron Herman. He wants to apply to be your rabbi, so we'll see how that goes.
Thank you. I just want to tell you how grateful I was that Rabbi allowed me to do the service, honored me to do the service last week. I thank him very much for that. And Paul and I both were very honored. Our daughter Rachel surprised me. We hoped she would be on Zoom for the service, but she drove up from Joshua Tree to attend the service. I was proud and happy, and we were proud and happy and honored. And she had an aliyah. We allowed her to we asked her to light the candles with Paula, and she opened the ark, and she honored with the fact of having known and remembered all the prayers that she learned a long time ago and has been away from. But anyway, it was a very nice evening. Thank you to all who attended, saw, and conquered.
Vidi, vidi, vici, or however it goes. I saw a hand or two over this way. Coming over, okay. Anybody over here need an instrument? Somebody, oh, I'm coming up there, but back, I'll get there. All right, pass them down. This is the noisy crowd. Just pass them down. Pass it down. I got the basket. Vini, vidi, vici. Okay. I'm a swinging. Hold on. Up here. You want to make some noise? There are no bad instruments. Just. It's noise. I like a man who rises. Okay, gratitude. Oh, Rachel, I forgot you. Sorry. Well, we can pass it down. So you go first.
So I heard something pretty great that you successfully got your family together for Thanksgiving and that it was great and that your daughter returned safely to Israel. So I thought that was pretty great.
Thank you. Yeah. Pass it on down.
I'm grateful for the B'nai Mitzvah class and for starting to feel like I know people here, and for the rain.
Okay, well, take a moment. Dean, if you can join me back up on the bima. Can I get you to carry the Torah? Sure. Okay. In a while.
I heard a joke for you, Rabbi.
Well, maybe this isn't the time, eh? Oops. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Tim. Oseh shalom bimroma, Ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'emeru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromah, Ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'emeru, amen. Have a seat. So I need my family service kids up here, please. We are on page. Well, hold on a second. We'll do the Misha Berach first. So we'll do the Misha Berach that's at the inside front cover of our Sidurim. And we bring to mind members of our community: Gloria Mangus, Pamela Mangus, Judy Rickman, Glickle Sarah Bat Devora Milka, Vicky Dix, Colton Wayne Whitaker, John Cruz, Dan Strauss, Darlene DeMason, Linda Stroman, Charlene Beck, Eddie Archibek, Dan Hantman, Tom Stieg, Kerry Bardeen, Kenny Hayes, David Bartlett, Brian Kinman, Robin Mendez, Dorothy Odson, David Coopersmith, Don Oppenheim, Tim Hayes, Judy Cronenfeld, Max Krohn, Jory Yarmoff, Philip Posner, Andrew Finko, Sue Finko, Lynn Yarmoff, Lynn Goodstein, Sean Goodstein, and Diane Quasman. And I changed my mind. We're going to do the Misha Berach. Give me just a second. On page 371. Misha Berach Avotenu. No, I gotta help me. I'm sorry. I need help. The other melody's coming to my head, but I don't think I know that one. Get me started. Somebody out there. No, that's the other one. We're on page 371. This is, aren't we a handful? See, no, that's the wrong one. All right, well, let's do that one, but you got to help me when I get lost. We're on the inside front cover. Inside front cover, because that's the melody in my head, but I don't know that I know it completely. Misha Berach Avotein, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with a vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Misha beirach avotenu, Misha beirach imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Well, that wasn't bad. Thank you for your help. So now I need my student body up here, please. We are on page 362. And now here's the thing. Here's why you have the instruments, okay? This is hakafa for all. So as we walk around, we're going to do one. This isn't Simchas Torah, but we're going to walk around. As we walk around, I want you to join the line, and then when we come back up here, get to your seat. Is that clear? Understood? Now, you're a clapping, singing crowd tonight, so I want you also walking. Okay? We need you to open the ark. You can help. Let the little kid help. Can you handle that? Did I mention a page? 362? Did I mention that page? Ein kamocha va'elohim Adonai v'ein kema'asecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch li'olam va'ed. Adonai oz li'amo yitein. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim heitiva v'rtzonecha et Zion. Tivenecho mot Yerushalayim. Tivenecho mot Yerushalayim. Ki v'cha levad batachnu melech el ram v'nisa. Adon Alamim, page 366. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Gadolu Adonai iti Uneromama Shemo Yachdav. Follow me. Lecha Adonai Hagedula V'Hagavura V'Hatiferet V'Hanetzach V'Hahod. Kicho Bashamayim Uvaretz. Kicho Bashamayim Uvaretz. Lecha Adonai Hamamlacha V'Hamid Naaseh Lechol Rosh. Hine Matov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam. Get with the program, folks. Hine Matov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov U'Manayim Shevet Achim. Let's do two. No more than two, though. David Melech Yisrael Chai Chai V'Kayam. Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael 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 Chai Chai V'Kayam. Give me a song, any song that I know. What? Okay, Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Mishocha Havdecha, Eretz Onecha, Mishocha Havdecha, La 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 la, Eretz Onecha, Yarotz Avdecha, Kemo aya ishtachave la 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 ya la 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 el mul hadaharecha. All right, here's one. And now you should be fine in your seat. Hava nagila hava nagila hava nagila ve'nismacha hava nagila hava. Hava nagila ve'nismacha, hava neranana, hava neranana, hava neranana ve'nismacha, hava neranana, hava neranana, hava neranana ve'nismacha. Oru, oru achim, urachim b'lev sameach, urachim b'lev sameach, urachim b'lev sameach, urachim b'lev sameach. Uruachim, Uruachim, B'lev Sameach. Okay, Omri, Jacob, and if there's a parental unit that belongs to any of these kids, please join me up here also. And Mackenzie, you have recent experience. So could you come up and undress the Torah for us, please? Everybody else can be seated. We're going to be up here with the Torah. Now, boys, when I said be seated, I didn't mean you. You're up here. Boys. So while they're taking the clothing off of the Torah, this week's Torah portion is Vayishlach, which is the third Torah portion in which our ancestor Jacob makes an appearance. Last week, he left town because he stole the blessing after having stolen the birthright from his brother. I'm not sure what you're doing. We would like the Torah here. And so Rachel comes into Jacob and says, listen, Esau's a little peeved at you, and he may be interested in taking your life. Maybe it'd be a good idea for you to split. So he does, and he has that wonderful dream with the ladder and God standing beside him and the angels going up and down. This week, it's a different mood that he's in. It's a different mood that the Torah is in. Thank you. Now he's coming home, and he's a wealthy man, and he's got 2 wives and 2 handmaidens and 11 kids. He's about to have a 12th. Who's the 12th of the kids? Who's the youngest of the boys? Who said Benjamin? Yeah, totally right. And who's the mom? Who's Benjamin's mom? Rachel, okay. And she dies, unfortunately, giving birth. So now he should be in a mood for celebrating. He's wealthy, he's got kids, he's got wives. He's the only one of our patriarchs, of course, who has 2 wives. But he gets wind of the fact that Esau is coming out to meet him. I don't know how Esau heard about it. Maybe he got the email, I don't really know. But he's coming out, and he hears that Esau's got 400 men. And he ain't got any, at least in terms of being soldier types. So he's a bit nervous. He's really scared, actually. And he splits his camp into 2. He does 2 things. He splits his camp into 2 on the presumption that if one camp is attacked, perhaps the other can get away. That's the mindset that he's in. But he also assembles some cows and some goats and some he-goats and she-goats and donkeys, and he sends them off ahead of him as an offering to Esau. And that tells us 2 things. One, he's hoping that this will placate Esau. And the other is he's pretty wealthy, because the amount of animals he's giving is just a small portion of what he's traveling with. So we know he's a pretty wealthy guy. So he's by himself. He crosses a river called the Yabok, and he finds himself on a piece of land. And there he meets a person whose identity is uncertain, and that's where we're going to be picking up. Okay. I need you all here. Wait a second. Wyatt, what are you doing down there? Bring your mom up here. Come on up. Folks, I want to tell you how astounded I am that I had to invite him up here. All right, moms, you say the brachot. Where's the yad? Right. Oh, good. What?
Microphone.
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. You know, maybe you can be my mic man. Can you do that? No? You don't want to hold the mic up to my mouth? Okay. Well, then, Jacob, you got to be my mic man. Take the mic. Okay. On the count of three, you do the blessing. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Mackenzie, how many lines? I didn't hear you.
23.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. And so you are. You're right you are. Amen. Vayivater Yaakov levado, v'ye'avak ish imo ad alot hashachar. And he was left by himself, and he struggled. He wrestled with a man until the break of dawn. Vayar kilo yachol lo. And when the man saw that he was not able to defeat Jacob, vayiga bekaf yerecho, he touched him on his thigh. V'tekah chaf yerech, Yaakov, Jacob's thigh. Behib ako imo, in the wrestling together. Vayomer shalachani, this is the guy. The guy says, shalachani ki Allah hashachar. The guy says, you got to let me go because the sun's coming up. Vayomer, Jacob says, Vayomer lo eshlachacha ki im berachtani. I ain't going to let you go, man, unless you bless me. That's in there, that text, that dialogue. Vayomer elav, and he said to him, this is the man, Ma shimcha, by what do they call you? Vayomer Yaakov, and Jacob said, I'm sorry, Vayomer lo Yaakov, and he said, and Jacob said, Jacob, I call me Jacob, Yaakov ye'emer od shimcha, ki im Yisrael, ki sharita im Elohim ve'im anashim v'tuchal. And the guy says, no longer shall you be called Jacob, for you that was no longer your name, because it shall be Israel. Why Israel? Because you have struggled with beings, divine and human, and you have succeeded. Vayishal Yaakov vayomer Hagida na shimcha. God says, Jacob says to the guy, what's your name? Vayomer lama zeh tish'al shmi. Why are you asking me my name? Which means I ain't going to tell you my name. Vayivarech oto, and he left. V'shem yikra Yaakov Shem hamakom v'sam. I'm sorry. Sam yikra Yaakov Shem hamakom Paniel. Ki ra'iti Elohim panim el panim. I'm going to call this place Paniel because I have seen God face to face.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Do you think you can lift this?
Yep.
Okay. Please rise. Wait. Hold that, please. Vezot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Okay, scoot over there, sit down. And Kenzie, you got to do the opposite of what you just did. I'm sorry? I didn't hear you. I like doing it this way. You got to put this belt on first. Okay. Okay, now Jacob can't hold that. Maybe you do put it on the Torah table for a moment. We're going to really be putting it back right away. But moms, I want you to, and Jacob, we can let you, please be seated. No, not you. You stay here. Okay, I need for you to find, Jacob, you need a surrogate parent. Who's your surrogate parent? Well, we're not bringing up somebody who's already up here. Repeat after me. Moms, repeat after me. Yisimcha Elohim Kimenashe uEphraim. I think I got it reversed. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Let's do a quick one. I'm having trouble with my music tonight. What's the celebratory song? You know, what? Simin Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simin Tov, Simin Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simin Tov, Simin Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simin Tov, Yehelanu. Open the ark, please. And you return the Torah to the ark. We are on page 374, bottom of the page. Eitz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomcheha me'ushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuv Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu Kedem. Shkoach, Shkoach, Shkoach. Thank you. Please be seated. And I was told just a couple of days ago that I've been neglecting a time-honored tradition here, and I didn't know I was neglecting it. So it's not in Hebrew. It's I didn't do it b'mezid. I did it b'shgaga. I didn't do it on purpose, but I did it accidentally. And so from now on, at these family services, there will be a moment such as now, when I invite anybody who has had a birthday in the last month, because I don't think I did this well last month, and will have a birthday this month, please to come forward. Is there such a person or people? I got candy. Come on up. Yeah, November, December. Yeah, come up. Okay, come up here. I mean, well, walk around. You can do it. Walk around. Do it. When is or was yours? December 14th, coming up. Okay. When is it? When is or yours? Oh, yours was like just recently.
Yeah. November 19th.
November 19th. I remember that. And yours, November. Wait, I'm not telling you. November 3rd. I know this well. And your birthday?
It's always a holiday. You have any clue with that?
December 25th.
25th December.
All right, there you go. Well, ho, ho, ho. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. It's all junk. There's nothing redeeming in there. Happy birthday, dear people. Happy birthday to you. And second, now that's it. Short ceremony. And second, and I don't know what to sing. But if anybody here has had an anniversary last month or will have one this month, is there such a person? Well, come forward. He gets the rest of the candy. So please tell your friends and neighbors all up and down the county and into Orange County that we'll be doing this more religiously. Where are you going? Where are you going? I know what to sing. Well, but that doesn't mean I don't have anything to say. And when is it, or will it be?
It's December 4th, and it's my wife and I's 11-year anniversary.
11, your wife and yours.
Sorry, our dating anniversary. We've only been married a year.
All right. What's your wife's? I don't know your wife's name, do I?
You haven't.
Jasmine. Well, happy anniversary. So many, many more. Next month, I'll have a song for the anniversary people, too. So, there's this saying attributed to a guy named Ben Bagbag in Pirkei Avot, which is, he says it in Aramaic. He says something like, hafoch ba, v'hafoch ba, v'kula ba, which means turn it over and turn it over because everything is in it. And he's referring to the Torah. And modernist that I am, skeptic that I am about the origins of the Torah, well, that's not true. I have an idea where the Torah came from, but it goes against the notion of tradition. Every year, when I read the Torah, no matter whether I think it's one of the great Torah portions or one of the lesser Torah portions, most of them are found in the book of Leviticus, there is always something new. There is always something new, and I have a little tiny chidush, a little vort, to share with you about the piece that I just read. Chidush means chidush and vort mean about the same thing. A little tiny observation. First, an even smaller observation. That story that I read you can't be more than 5 verses. It can't be more than 5 verses, and yet it's projected. It's created so much. How do you say this? So much energy that we all know something about the story of Jacob wrestling the angel. 5 verses, and there's this great story that comes out of the Jacob story. Now, here's what I think about Jacob. I had a teacher once named Norbert Samuelson. He passed away a couple of years ago in Chicago, who, when I knew him as a much younger man, he referred to Jacob as a used car salesman. And what I think he meant, I'm pretty sure I know what he meant, is that Jacob has some rather unsavory characteristics, mostly having to do with how he treats his twin brother Esau. Steals the birthright, steals the blessing. And then later, in the Parshiot coming up, he's not one of history's best fathers, right? He favors Joseph over all the others, and this sets up, as you might have heard, an insalubrious family dynamic. But this week's Torah portion tells us a world about Yaakov, and by extension, it says something about us. And this is what I want to talk about for a minute. So they're having this wrestling match, and here's another piece that I've been using for decades that I learned from somebody named Art Waskow when I took a course with him back in the day at Temple University. He pointed out that this is a wrestling match. And this is a wrestling match that goes until dawn. It doesn't say when it begins. It's after dark, but goes until dawn. So even if we're talking about this wrestling match starting at 3 a.m., 3 in the morning, but going until sunrise, you're talking about 3, maybe 4 hours. Now, those of you who know something about collegiate wrestling will know that when you wrestle, you have 3 2-minute rounds with your opponent. That's 6 minutes of wrestling. And at the end of that, you're exhausted. I don't know, I never did wrestling like as a sport in high school, but I did a little bit, during phys ed. You're exhausted at the end of that. So imagine Jacob going at this with this stranger for 3 hours. And Waskow points out that that's something about Jacob's strength. Now, I don't believe Waskow pointed out what I'm about to say, so this is my own little vort, but not the bigger one that I'll get to in a minute. And that the Torah often depicts interiority by externality. So it depicts something inside of Jacob that is demonstrated by his physical prowess, that he can wrestle for 3 hours and hold this stranger to a draw. So it says something that after what he did to Esau and the life that he led up in Haran with his father-in-law and the family that he built, he's a much stronger, a much spiritually stronger, psychologically stronger person than he was like 20 years before. And that's something about Jacob. But then there's the name change, which I know you all know. We saw it here. This is the name. This occurs tonight. The stranger says to Jacob, "What's your name?" He says, "Jacob." He says, "No, you're not Jacob anymore. From now on, you are Yisrael, because you have striven with beings divine and human and have prevailed," he says. And so that's the end of it, except that Jacob now limps because this guy gave him a little bump on his thigh, and now he limps for the rest of his life. And because of that, in honor of that, Jews who observe the laws of kashrut are not permitted sirloin steak, because that's the part of the body where sirloin comes from. So what's my little chidush? My little chidush is that he's a wrestler. And he gets that. He comes about that title honestly. But what happens after that? What happens after that? We, as a people, are not known as B'nai Avraham, or B'nai Yitzchak, or B'nai Yishmael, or B'nai Esau, which we could have been. We're not even B'nai Yaakov, right? We are B'nai Yisrael. We take on that same appellation that stranger bestowed upon Jacob that night, awaiting his confrontation with his brother. And like Jacob, we are wrestlers. We have a history of wrestling. We have a history of wrestling with people throughout our long and sometimes tragic history, but not always tragic. We have a history of wrestling with God. Our holy books are filled with innumerable wrestling matches, by which I mean attempts over and over again, struggles over and over again to understand what it means to believe in God, what the meaning of God itself is, God's self is, what our relationship with God ought to be, what our relationship with other people ought to be in light of the fact that we have this relationship with God. And over and over and over again, we engage in a personal and communal wrestling match over understanding how it is we stand under the light of God, what we expect from God, what God expects from us. And it will go on forever. As long as there's a Jewish people, we will not be B'nai Esau or B'nai Yaakov or B'nai Avraham. We will always be B'nai Yisrael, men and women committed to that struggle with human beings and with God. And as always, though it doesn't always look like it, as always, we will prevail. Shabbat Shalom. Time for the Oleinu. Inside back cover. And Wyatt, Jacob, and Omri, I know you're really tired now, and your knees are probably shot, but I need you up here again to open the ark. We are in the inside back cover. Please rise. Wyatt actually does look tired. No, that you're not going to open the ark there. The ark is over there. Okay, but Jacob, you want to lead the Aleinu? Be my guest. Come over here. Be my guest. Mike, close.
Aleinu l'shabach ladon hakol latet gedula l'ser reshit shelo asanu harazot lo samanuk mishra harama shelo sam hokenu hamo ma Aleinu go ho mom Nachnu korim umashihim umodim livnei mela moche hamahim hakadosh baruch hu shehu natei shemayim v'yosaharet umosharu not to so which mean not to so yorei meromim hu Eloheinu einod Mehmakenu Avasulato Kakatu Batorato Badata Ayom on Ki Adonai Hu Elohim Bashamayim Mima Yaharet Mitahat Ein Od Mom Ein Abrahai Neleha Haaret Ayom Halhu Ein Haranaya Had Ushamo Echad.
We are on page 598. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We are observing the Yortzeiten of Dora Brechner, George Henley, Lily Hockman, Howard Stephen Miller, Madeline Jerome, Lois Lahone, Corinne Cookie Oppenheim, Regina Oppenheim, Celia Somenvel, Mildred Sarosky, Barbara Stavis, Louis Urbach, Harry Weiss, David Black, Lydia Furmansky, Ben Goffman, Jenny Greenberg-Kalman, Sarah Sklar, Ruby Edith Bauman, and Fanny Gold Baumel. Please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'alma divarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chay yedecho beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman koriv v'yimeru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach li'olam ul almei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpo'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shmei dekudesha barichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yalama v'yimeru amen. Yehei shalom rab amin shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'yalkol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oseh Shalom b'meromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yalkol Yisrael v'yalkol yoshvei tevel v'yimeru amen. May the one who creates harmony in the highest of places for the love of God bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen. Please be seated. Now before I invite Tim up for announcements, you may have noticed I've got this blue ribbon on. all across the world, people are wearing these blue ribbons in honor or in memory or in keeping in touch with the fact that there remain, I guess, something like 160 captives held somewhere in Gaza by Hamas and Islamic Jihad and other people. So these blue ribbons are a symbol that they are on our mind. I have a bag of them here. I'll put them outside, and if you care to take one or two, please feel free to do so. Announcements, announcements, announcements.
We have a few things to do. Tomorrow, Torah study with Rabbi Cohen at 10 a.m. on Zoom. And on Sunday, December 3rd, from 9 to 12, we will have a landscape cleanup event. Volunteers are needed to help trim trees, pull weeds, to increase the security and beauty of our property facing Central. Please join us next week for Bring Your Own Menorah service on the second night of Hanukkah on December 8th at 6:30. Bring your menorah, Hanukkah, and 3 candles. Family and friends are welcome. Our next guest on the Adult Ed program will be Dr. Gunther Yekeli. Dr. Yekeli is a professor of anti-Semitism at Indiana University, and he will give a lecture about navigating the landscape of anti-Semitism post-October 7th. Please join us on Thursday, December 14th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. If you are looking for a new Hanukkah or need candles and decorations, our gift shop has a wide variety of options to choose from, and the shop will be open this Sunday, December 3rd, between 9:30 and 12:30. If you can't make it that day, please contact Diane Eskrit to schedule an appointment. The youth group contributes to charities instead of giving each other gifts for Hanukkah. This year, they will donate to children in Israel, taking it to the streets with Lori and Shira, Family Promise, and they will make Jared boxes for sick children in hospitals. If you can help them out and contribute, please direct your donation to the Temple Junior Youth Group. And the opening tonight is sponsored by Lila Basham. Shabbat Shalom.
Now, by the way, it's if you can remember back to the beginning of the service, and I castigated the absentees for not being here, but commended you for being here on family service. Please understand this does not exonerate you from coming next week. You can come to 2 services in a row. We conclude with a Don Olam. Let me get the page. Sorry, we are on page 625. And it's going to take you a second to catch the tune. Dean, you can join me. It's E, A, and B7. My kind of song. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra v'yet nasa b'cheftzo kol azai melech shemo nikra v'yet tachin matbeya. I'm sorry, whoa. I got to start again because I went into the actual song, sorry. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra v'yet nachso v'liach nasa b'cheftzo kol hazai melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשיל לו להכבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה, והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי ביצרה. והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא, מאז כוסי ביום אקרא. Sorry about that. בידו אף קיד רוחי, והייתי שן ועירה, ועם רוחי גביעתי, אדוני לי ולא אירא. Help me with this last one. Let's get it right. You were singing and clapping all night. Help me. Biado af kidruchi, bieti shan biyaira, ve'im ruchi geviati Adonai li velo ira. Shabbat shalom. Thank you, sir. Kol hanishama tehallel, hallelujah. Kol hanishama tehallel, hallelujah. Please rise. Kol hanishama tehallel, hallelujah. Everybody needs at least one partner. Nobody eats lunch alone. Find a friend. Nobody reads announcements better than you.
Yeah, I'm sure that.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka yisa. Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless us all and care for us. May God's light shine down upon us with kindness and grace and wisdom, things we seem to be lacking at the moment. May God's presence go before us into this ultimately beleaguered world and give us a world of peace, a world where Yisrael does prevail, and Shabbat Shalom. Kiddush and Motzi, I need my guys again. Please be seated. Are you doing it too?
Yeah.
Let me. Hit it, boys.
Can I switch hands? Okay, never mind.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishis v'yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim
V'shabbat kodshecha v'achava uvratzon
hinchaltanu
Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh
Hashem Amen. L'chaim. Wyatt, I need for you to give me the cup. Wyatt, I need for you to give me the cup. You're not Wyatt. And I want you to pick up the challah. You can put it down. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Everybody, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, moitzi lechem min haaretz, oy vey.